Okay, I just took my hoodie off. Too damn hot for that. I'll put it over here. Put it right there, and hopefully when I retrieve it, there's not a snake in there. I noticed when I was taking my hoodie off that there's another bee's nest right here. It's amazing what you can see when the leaves are down. You don't want to be riding through there and clip that thing with your roll bar. I don't know if they go down south or not, but I'm not going to kick it and find out. I was sweating in that hoodie down to just a sweatshirt now. I guess a long sleeve tee, I guess you call it. Get back on the bike. I'm going to shake that hoodie before I put it on in case there's a copperhead in it. Guess we'll go up to the top and look for some elk. Whew. Feels much better without that hoodie on. I didn't check the time, but I'd say it's about it's probably 8 o'clock. Somewhere around 8 a.m. 60 degrees. Watch it be cold up here. Wish I had my hoodie again. Kind of nice it is and dusty. This trail is kind of just the right consistency right now. Not too dusty and not too wet. Up to the top and see if there's any moose, or not moose, I always call them moose. See if there's any elk up there. They're about the same size as a moose. I think an elk is part of the deer family. I think moose are meaner. From what I've seen, the elk are pretty mellow. Of course, I wouldn't want to piss one off, but they seem pretty mellow. They just kind of look at you and then they go about their own business. Whereas a moose, I think a moose will frickin' chase you down. I saw one moose in my life. Up in Maine. It's a little foggy out. I was riding. I was in a car. Hoping to take some pictures early in the morning. Ooh, windy. Very windy. Woo! Jeez. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. It's windy. So I was riding early in the morning, about 6 a.m. It's kind of foggy out. And I looked to the right on the side of the road, and I said to I had never seen a moose before. I said, geez, somebody's horse must have gotten out. It looked like a horse on the side of the road. And it had like that bullwinkle moose kind of face to it. I'll a moose snout. So I said, damn, that is not a horse. So I had my camera in the car, so I stopped the car and got out. It was a 35mm camera, so by the time I got the lens cap off, turned it on, focused, I caught just the tail end of the moose going into the woods, just the ass end of it. So I said to myself, gee, nobody's going to believe me. If I show this picture, and there's, back then you had to get the film developed to even know what you got. So I didn't even know if I got that. So I knew a lot of people probably wouldn't believe me if I told them it was a moose. So I went into the woods after it. It was pretty thick woods. It was wet in there. It was early in the morning. But I kind of followed him. I could see him in the distance. I kind of followed him for maybe 100 yards. And he came out to a logging road, to a clearing. And he turned around. And I zoomed in and got a couple pretty good pictures. I don't think I had my zoom lens, my big lens. I had just a regular lens, but I could still zoom in pretty close. I got a couple pretty good shots of him staring at me. Didn't have any horns, so it may have been a female moose. But I sent those pictures, that 35mm film back, and I was, couldn't wait till I got the photos back. And when the photos came back, I was right. I caught the back end of the moose first. It looked just like the tail end of a horse. And then I think I got two pictures of it. I caught one picture of it going through the woods. You really couldn't tell if it was a moose or not. And then I caught, I think, two pictures of it staring at me. You can tell it's a moose there. So I was pretty happy about that. And after I took my pictures of what I wanted to take pictures of, I went to a small diner there. It was in rural Maine. Went to a small diner there, and there was a woman. And I said, man, I just saw a moose. First time ever I saw a moose. And she said, oh man, you didn't get out of your car, did you? And I said, yeah, oh yeah. I said, I kind of chased it into the woods. I didn't really chase it, I just followed it. So I followed it into the woods, and she said, oh man, she said, people get trampled by those things. Those things will chase your ass and trample you. It's like a horse. Can't imagine getting stepped on by a horse. Especially if they're mad at you, You can see all the windmills in the distance. I don't know if you can see those. Freaking neutral. A whole bunch of them back there. So she said, you don't want to chase those moose. They'll come after you and trample you. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know that. And since that little event, I've seen on TV and stuff that they'll get pissed. They'll trample you. That windmill's, oh, it's turning, look, and she's barely turning. God, that thing's doing like one revolution every, probably one revolution a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Pretty breezy today. I don't know why they got it, it's pointed in the wrong direction. The other ones are turned around. also saw a video on YouTube where moose was in the water, kind of up to his knees or so in the water, and a bear comes up on the side of the lake. Bear comes over and is sniffing around, and the moose got mad, and the moose chased that bear. Oh man, that bear was hauling. The moose was moving. He was mad. He did not slow down. He just chased that bear right out of there. God, that's funny. The bear was hauling. You see the Smokies over there. I don't know what that is shining over there. Some kind of water. Lake or river or something. So we'll head down Trail 7, G7 here and see if there's any elk. So that's the moose story. First and only time I've ever seen a moose. I got pictures to prove it. Maybe I'll share the pictures here. I'll put the pictures here.